Right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll have to mute our mics because there's some background noise. But thank we'll be waiting for a few more people to join, and then we can commence today's webinar. Hi, everyone. Okay. All right. So today we'll be discussing finding rare gems in the bear market. So this is our second webinar of the Blockchain Students Corner. So 2 weeks ago on Saturday, we had the first one, which was talking about opportunities for students in blockchain. So we spoke about the blockchain industry, just introducing you to crypto, the blockchain industry, and what you can do as a student, right? So today will be more conversational, more practical. We'll be showing you actual practical ways to find these rare gems. But first of all, we'll be discussing what is a market cycle. So what is the bear market? What is the bull market? So you can be sure to learn everything about a market cycle and how you can find absolutely rare gems in this market. So now, first of all, we know that this period has had some volatility in the crypto market. We all know that. And while that can be a bit daunting, it actually also brings a lot of opportunities for us in actually understanding a lot of things. So today we have our priest, we have Marvelous, and we have Ben. They'll be introducing themselves in a second, but these are some student ambassadors who will be sharing their experience in these areas with us. So you can be sure to learn a lot from them. Okay, so Marvelous and our priest, would you introduce yourselves? Marvelous, you can go first.
All right, good morning. My name is Marvelous Macaulay, and yeah, I'm here. Let's talk. Let's have fun.
And our priest.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. My name is Priest, campus ambassador for Ahmadu Bello University. So it's nice to have you guys around.
And Ben, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, how is everybody doing? These guys are not smiling. It's like the market is red in their side. Yeah, my name is Ben. I work with Binance as community manager for Africa. I'm excited to be on the call, Chidubem.
Okay, so we'll go right into it. I'm Chidubem. I also work in Binance PR, and I will be your host for the day. So starting off, we'll start with what is a market cycle, and our student ambassadors would definitely do a good job. So Marvelous and our priest, what is a market cycle?
All right. Thank you very much. Well, everything happens in stages, and there's always a repeat of history in everything, not just the market. Everything concerning life. That's why you see, it looks like history repeated itself. It's a cycle of life. You give birth, you grow old, you die, then your children give birth, grow old, and die. It's a cycle, and since everything has a cycle, definitely the market is also going to have a cycle. So the market cycle is just the different stages of the market where price moves from lowest to highest, and the highest to the lowest, and again from lowest to the highest, and the same way it moves the same way over time, for a period of time. So every trader or everybody who is an investor who is in the market has to understand these movements and also try to understand where they are at each point in time so that they don't get caught by the market. It's difficult. It's not entirely easy, but it's something anybody can learn by paying a lot of attention to the market. So the market cycle is just the different stages that the market or price passes through and then comes back to the beginning, moves again back to the end, comes back to the beginning. So it's quite predictable in a way. So that's basically that's the simplest way I think I can explain it, because I don't like using big words. So anyone who just understands that it's the different stages that prices go to and come from, so it's a to and fro movement. Bitcoin at some point went high as 14K, 20K, then it came down to 5K, it's moved again to 64K, and it has come down again to it came down to 30K, now it's at 35. So that's just it's a cycle. And at some point, at every point in time, it's somewhere in the cycle. It doesn't operate in a vacuum. There's at every point in time, it's somewhere in the market cycle. So the basic explanation is just the stages, as I've said, it is the different stages in the market that prices go to.
Thank you, Elfist.
Okay, so just like Marvelous said, market cycle is like a cycle of events in the crypto, not just crypto markets, in the financial markets generally. So this cycle of events is characterized by the action, speculation of people in the market. So there are different phases of the market. We have the there are different cycles in the market. We have the bearish and the bullish cycle. So all this cycle of events is characterized by the action of people in the financial markets. So we have the accumulation stage, we have the markup stage, we have the peak, that is the top of the market, we have the markdown, then we have the bottom. So the emotions, the actions of people determines the prices and how this cycle go, rinse and repeat. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so before we go ahead, I will be saying some exciting news. So at the end of this, actually, we'll be doing a giveaway. So first of all, we'll be giving some Binance swag, possibly better than what I'm wearing or what Ben is wearing. Yeah, so Binance merch, we'll be giving some to our guests, first of all, but we'll also be giving some to you, the viewers. So we'll be having a giveaway to 5 viewers today. So at the end of this, actually, we'll be picking some winners. So I will be sending, we'll be sharing a form with you guys to complete. And then once that is completed, then we'll pick our winners towards the end. So that's something to look forward to. Right. So we'll be going straight ahead. So we'll be discussing a bear market and a bull market. So what is a bear market and what is a bull market? So Ben, would you like to go for that question?
Sure. I'd like to even touch on the first question about market cycle. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
in very layman terms, if I wake up in the morning and I'm supposed to go to work, I have to get to work and then I expect to come back safely, right? So if I do that for a period of time, for a period of 30 days, I expect some form of payment, right? But what if at some point in that routine, I find out that maybe there's a strike in my office, there's a striking action in my office. So I'm basically existing during that period of 30 days, but I'm not earning anything. There's no excitement that comes after going out and coming back, right? So market cycle is like a journey. There's a start, there's a peak, and there's a return. So the start is usually like Prince was trying to state, the market, the promotional times, and then the accumulation times, and then there's an uptrend. An uptrend then leads to the peak, and then there is a loss in momentum, and then there's a downtrend, and we return back to the beginning. So it's kind of like an oscillatory movement of all that is triggered by all of the forces in a financial market. Right. So for the second question, what is a bull market? These are like, if you go in any community, any crypto community that you belong to, it is easy for you to come across the term bull market, bear market, and all of that, right? So a bull market is simply the word bull. A bullish market is gotten from a particular movement of the that animal, the bull. So when a bull kind of like attacks, when a bull kind of like attacks a challenge or something in front of it, its movement is always going to be like, it goes to pick you from the bottom and takes you up. That's how a bull attacks its prey, right? So I think the market just coined a definition from that movement and say, um, when there is an upward movement in price of like a general upward movement, that is a bullish move, since that is what the bulls do. So in layman terms, I'll just say a bullish move or a bullish market is an uptrend in terms of price of the market.
Thank you. And a bear market?
Priest, I think you want to touch on that.
Okay, so bear market is just the opposite of um bulls market, where we see a declination or prices of the commodities or assets plunging. So it is just a nosedive in the market value of assets or commodities, and this is still as a result of activities of people participating in the market. So it's always felt by investors selling off their assets. So it's just declination in the price of a commodity for a sustained period of time.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So moving forward, actually, will be so this is the practical part, right? So we know what a bull market is, we know what a bear market is, and in this season is a bit bearish, right? So what we'd want to do is actually to give you practical ways to find gems in a bear market, in a bearish market. But first of all, there will be no financial advice on here. So it's essentially just like a guide, right, with actual resources to enable you do much better research in the blockchain industry as a whole. So each person would actually be speaking today. We'll be starting with you, Marvelous. If you could just share some resources you actually use on a practical level and step-by-step ways that our viewers can actually learn how to find these gems in these markets.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, well, so basically, I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my own research, how I do my research, how I get gems, and it's best to get this kind of gems in the bear market. It's really if you can get good gems when in the bear market and then ride them from bottom to top, you'll be in massive profit. Again, not a financial advice, but it's quite a little bit difficult to sort of get good coins in the bull market because probably by then they've already done some good percentages, and there's a high chance that if you're buying them at that time, you're going to be buying the top. Okay, so let's just dive in. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Mm, How is this? Can you see my screen? Am
Yeah.
I okay? Okay. All right. So basically, I use the first two resources I use are CoinGecko and what they call the Coin Market Cap. So what I do on CoinGecko is CoinGecko and Coin Market Cap are basically the same thing. So I just come here and search for a gem. Sometimes, okay, let me just give you guys. Sometimes I just come to this is a pro tip. Is a pro tip for so as okay. First of all, you have to think what is trending currently in the bull market. What is trending currently in the bull market or in the market, not necessarily bull market. What's trending currently? What are people talking about? You go to Twitter. What are people really talking about? Are they talking of NFTs? Are they talking of layer two solutions? Are they talking about gaming? Are they talking about exchange tokens? Are they talking about you just check what is trending mostly in the market, or you check what coins have done some good numbers in the past few days or few weeks. Assuming it's NFTs, let's say okay, NFTs have done some good numbers, or NFTs are what people are crazy about this period. I don't go to buy the NFTs that are already up. I don't do that. I may trade them for 10, 20, 30%, but I don't invest in them, especially when they're high. So what I do is I just come to this place, categories, click on categories. It takes you to the different categories. This thing is also in coin market cap. So it takes us to the different, look at the different categories of the market. All right. We have stable coins, we have exchange-based tokens, we have decentralized finance, finance matching ecosystem, centralized exchange tokens, meme tokens, Polkadot ecosystem, Polygon, and so I check what am I coming here to do for? I'm coming here to look for NFTs. Scroll down, scroll down. Let's look for NFTs. Let's look for NFTs. Can I see NFTs? Now we see gaming. Okay, gaming is okay, but I'm more here to look for gaming. Okay, I think I've passed them. I don't know. Fan token, DeFi, whatever, Metaverse. Okay, Metaverse is part of NFTs. Okay, Metaverse is part of NFT, but let me see if I could see something more. Okay, so these are NFTs, non-fungible tokens. All right, so now I click on them. Please take pay attention to the step-by-step things I'm doing. So I click on them, and first thing I see is okay. Now look at the coins under NFTs. These are all the coins under NFTs. We have the Theta network, Chillings, we have Engine Coin, we have Decentraland, and all of them. Now the next thing I do is, because I'm a what would you call it? I'm an investor that wants very high returns. All right, I'm an investor that wants very high returns. Assuming this was the tip of the bull market, or let's say we've been having some good numbers, and I want to do this research. But believe me, this kind of researches are more profitable when you get these coins when they are still in the bear market, because by then they still have they are still on the ground, they've not really moved. But assuming okay, this is where we are. So what I do is I look for, excuse me, my phone was silent. I look for these NFTs that are still low when it comes to market cap. The reason I do that is this. Now, if you look at this coin, hold on, please, let me show you. Okay, if you look at this Theta, right? Theta has a market cap or market capitalization of $6.5 billion. Okay, assuming I want to invest in this coin now, I have $100. I want to invest in this coin. Before I'll be able to make 100% profit on Theta, Theta has to increase by market cap again of 6.5 billion. Theta has to add to this market cap, this market cap you're seeing here. It has to double it for me to get another extra $100 on my initial $100. All right. So what I do, I will never invest in this kind of coin for long term. The reason, even if this coin gets to $20 billion market cap, it has not done up to 4x for me. Okay. So what do? I look for, okay, the ones that have good prospect. Let's check Sandbox. Market cap is relatively low, $230 million market cap, which means,
Hello, Marvin.
yeah.
Sorry, do you want to zoom into your screen? Some comments are that your screen is a little small. So by the right of your
It's
screen, towards the
small.
bottom right, you can just scan the screen. Yeah, that place.
This one. Then
Yes.
okay. Okay. How then do I?
Oh,
I'm sharing my screen, so you get.
okay. I get. Go ahead.
Okay. But you guys can see this one now.
Yeah, we can see. I think people using their phones would have difficulty, but
Oh,
that's fine.
okay. I'm sorry. All right. So like I said, this one has a relatively low market cap of 230 million, which means if it's going to be since they are all in the same NFC category, right? If it's going to do what Theta did, if it gets to 1 billion, Theta is at 6.5 billion. If it gets to $1 billion, it has done easy 4x for me from here. If it gets to $2 billion, 8x for me from here. Look, that's the way I think. It has done 8x for me from here. Now, I said, okay, I won't explain fully diluted evaluation. It's quite complicated. So let's just go on. So the current market cap, as regards to the circulating supply, is 230 billion. And if this supply remains constant, it means that if it gets to $1 billion market cap, I've done 4x from here. I can pull up my capital or a little bit of profit and allow the rest to ride. It's an investment, not trading. Get this. So I look again. Okay, the market cap is okay. Supply is. I don't really look at supply that much anymore because come on, we've seen where supplies don't matter again. I mean, a coin of $1 billion, $1 trillion supply can make mad moves. So I don't really consider it so much when I do my analysis. Another thing is even on this CoinGecko, you could just use a little. You can just click on this to see where exactly this coin is. You see, okay, it has moved. This is the low. This is the low. It has moved from here. It has done some numbers and it has come back and is currently at a good support zone. One can say, okay, you can wait before you invest here. You can decide to wait a little bit to let it retest this support or see if it will go a little bit lower. You're making an investment, remember, you're not trading it. The next thing is, okay, you can come and check where is the coin trading currently. If the coin is trading in big exchanges, there is a very high chance that it's going to do well. Because big exchanges mean bigger volumes, bigger trade volumes. It means people are going to buy them. People are going, more audience are going to be exposed to the coin. More people are going to see. More them is more trading activity. It's on Binance. Come on, it's very possible for you to do numbers. I've given you guys up to 2 or 3 points now. I won't go so much so far. Then you check, okay, what does this thing do? What is Sandbox? What does it do? We have a little information here. Sand is a utility token used through the Sandbox ecosystem as the basis of transactions and blah, 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 blah. You read it and know if it's quite good. The next thing is after looking at all these things on the CoinGecko website, check, let's see Sandbox website. What are they about? Does their website look um, does the website look mature? Is it real? Is it a scam? This website now, okay, look at this pop-up ad, get your own very land NFT. Now you can buy land on the metaverse, okay? That's the talk from that day. Okay, now welcome to Sandbox. So this looks exactly like what an NFT should look like, all right? It doesn't look like a scam. It doesn't look like people who are just coming to scam people and all that. This is good. You can decide to, I don't have an account with them, but the point is you check their website. Are they what they call it? They look serious. Let's see if we can get their team. Let's look at their team, news creator, blah, blah, blah. So this is basically how I do research. Check about. I'm trying to get their team. Okay, these are their partners. So you could just do a little research on these partners. Okay, this is Smurfs. All these things are, I think they are cartoons. Some of them, the Smurfs is a cartoon. I think this also is a cartoon that has a lot of viewers, a lot of audience, which means it's also going to draw attention. These are look at their, wow, they have very, very good partners. All this, look at this, it's wow, this is a good one. This is a good one. Then now we meet the team. Now you can just check out this, which I won't do now. It's a long process. You can just check out this team on Twitter, check them out on Google, see what they are, see if they've had any previous engagements, like any track record. Sometimes it's good if they've gotten a track record to show that they have some experience in these kinds of things. When you see people who are maybe they've partnered with the project before, who did a project that did well, or they've created something before, those things give them more credibility. All right, these are their teams. You can check them out if you want to. This is Discord. You can check them out on Discord. You get. So this is basically when you're done looking at the site, you can just check. Okay, let's check their Twitter. Now you want to check their engagement. You want to check if these guys are really active on Twitter. If they get engagement, and you're seeing they have hold on. You're seeing they have 120K followers, which is lovely for a project like this. Market cap is still 230 million. It's okay. It looks good. Check, okay. Do they get engagements? Do they post regularly? This was 24 minutes ago, 4 hours ago. Okay, they are quite active. Check 15 hours ago. They are actually really, really active on Twitter. So we can give them a good a plus mark. Then we can also check them out on Telegram. Now, when you check them out on Telegram, I won't do that here. I don't think I have a Telegram app on this my system. So, but the point is, when you check them out on Telegram now, you now check, okay, do they have much people on Telegram? If they do, is the Telegram group active? How does the team, or how do the community managers, the teams, or those in charge of the group, how do they respond to questions? Do they fight off questions? Do they always try to dodge questions? And are they receptive? Do they give good answers to questions? Like, do they give reassuring answers to questions? These are little ways. These things you don't just do it in 5 minutes. You take your time. When you want to make an investment, when you want to make do some good research, you check all these things. All right, but it's also good to have an overall view of the market before you make any investment. This is what I mean. An overall view of the market. Where are we currently at the market? This is. Can you see this? I'm showing my. Can you see the psychology of the market cycle? Please, someone reply, say something, let me know.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
You can see this picture.
What picture? We are still on CoinGecko.
Okay. Let me change because I want to show you guys something. Hold on, please.
So share your entire screen.
Yes, that's what I want to do now. Okay. All right, how is this? Can you see the picture, the photo?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. So before you make an investment, it's also good to know um, have some level of technical analysis to understand where we are at the market. Because if you go and buy, no matter how the project is, no matter how good the project is, if you buy the project here, you will lose money. If you buy the project at this point, you lose. In fact, your money might go back. You might lose 90% of the money. If you buy it here, you might make some money, but if you don't take profit here, so it's good to understand where we are. So the best place, like I said, from this point, this complacency point to the depression stage, that is the bear side, the bear market. How did once where anyway you have to it's a personal you have to be able to decode this personally on your own. So from this complacency stage to the depression stage is the bear side, is the bear market. Now where the best place to start buying is from disbelief and hope. It doesn't matter how good your project is, it doesn't matter how your fundamental analysis is, you've got to have the best project. If the general market is going down, if we're in a bearish market cycle, then chances are if you buy here, you're buying the top. So it takes some sort of experience to connect the dots of all these things. All right. So I guess I believe that this little explanation I give you guys on the fundamentals and how to go about it can help you understand how I think when I make my own analysis, when I get some coins, you know. But as you go on, I believe you also get some experience, and then you have to understand also where we are in the market cycle before you make any investment. It's good to understand that where we are in the market cycle. So I think I'm done for now.
Marvelous. Let's do a quick summary of all that
Okay.
you have said. So the
All right.
first you want us to do, or you think should be done, should be to first of all go to where these coins are first listed.
Yes.
Right? That's
Yes.
like a general marketplace where coins that are prospective projects, prospective projects actually go there to list their coins for the entire market to look at them.
Yes.
Whoever is doing research would definitely need to go to places like Coin Market Cap
And
or
coin
Coin.
them. Yes.
Yes. Now you said we should also follow the trend of the market of the industry.
Exactly.
Currently, the most outspoken trend in the industry is the NFT market.
Yes.
Right, where we
Yes.
saw artists like Bibu, somebody most people like him earning billions of dollars, from just selling their artworks on the blockchain.
Yes.
Right. And a lot of projects have gone ahead to do, in fact, not just NFTs, but meme tokens, meme currencies, meme projects are now also
Yeah.
taking a lead in the space.
Yeah, you're
So,
correct.
so the question now is, you have to first identify the trend,
Yes.
then you search for projects that are listed in the categories of these trends on
Yes.
CoinMarket, CoinGecko. Nice.
Yes. Yes.
Then begin to do some more detailed review of these projects on
Exactly.
marketplaces. Okay, great, great,
Exactly. Exactly.
great.
And also know, lastly, I said, make sure before you buy, try to understand where we are at the market cycle. Because those how that you know the S&P 500 or the New York Stock Exchange, it doesn't matter even if it's Tesla, even if it's Amazon, on the full market is going down, those ones will also go down with them. You get? So it's good that while you've identified this project you want to invest in, it's also good to take a step back and watch the entire market, the macro. I love looking at if you look at Bitcoin at the macro level, with technical analysis, look at Bitcoin at the macro level, look at the total market cap of the entire crypto market at the macro level, then you understand if truly we're at a bull market or a bear market or where exactly we are currently. All right. So it's good to look at these things, then understand before you actually invest. You get?
Exactly,
And
exactly.
when you don't invest, if you invest in the euphoria stage, where that is where 80% of investors put their money, the euphoria stage, then you're bound to lose your money. And then when it gets down to anger and depression, when everybody is now selling, that's where the big boys start buying. Michael Solo started buying Bitcoin from $7,000. If he decides to take profit now, he won't tell you. He won't tell you if he decides to sell. That's just the truth. So these are little knowledge I can give as regards this now.
Hey, thank you.
Great,
Thank you so
great
much,
stuff.
Marcellus. Yeah, one thing I need to add, speaking of community, he spoke about community and checking their
Yeah.
Telegram, seeing how, yeah, they answer questions, if they don't deflect. And that's something very essential. And Binance also has a community on Telegram. So Ben will be sharing the Telegram links of the different communities, different countries. And then that's somewhere that you can join, ask questions, find out, okay, what is the trend here? How are people even finding out these trends, right? So that's a good place to start. So when he shares the community, you can join Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, wherever you're joining from. There's a Telegram community for you. Right. So moving on, our priest will also be letting us know how he finds his rare gems and how he does his research.
Okay, thank you very much. Finding rare gems. So everything is still based on speculation, but if you get your facts and figures right, there's 80% or to 90% chance that you are going to be winning. So I base most of my research on the team, the products, the trend, the hype, the community. So I don't well, we have different ways of looking into things. Like for me, if I'm going to get a gem to invest in, I I visit communities. I talk to people. I'm always on Twitter. Those gems are on Twitter, they are on Reddit. So I check places, I check threads, see what people are talking about. Then I can unpick at least um five of these projects, then research about them, check everything about them. Because I don't just go to CoinGecko, then just from the list of thousands of projects, then I just pick and start researching. So I go into communities. What are they talking about? What's the trend? What's the hype around the crypto Twitter presently? So after that, I pick at least two to three of them. Then I start my research. So I base my research on the team, their products, the community, the value, and the sustainability. Can this product can it sustain? So firstly, I check CoinGecko for the project. Let's say there's this project I've been tracking lately. Let me see if it's let me try to share my screen. I'm coming. Okay, let me share my screen. Good. Can you guys see my screen now?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, what about
Okay.
now?
Yes.
Okay. So let me see information. Okay, not on CoinGecko. Okay, let me just go to the website directly.
Guys, while he's doing this, please be reminded that all of these are like our personal opinions. They are not financial advice. They are just kind of like, as Chidubem said earlier, a guide to understand how to find very reputable projects that might be hidden in the bear market.
Okay, so firstly, when I get the project I want to research, I'll pick the name, the websites, and some details about them. I visit the websites, check out the websites, how organized they are, partnership, investors, and every other thing, and the project particularly. But firstly, I I check for the team, the team. So if I'm checking for the team, I make sure these guys have track record because I don't just invest in a project with anonymous with team without faces. So for example, this is the CEO. I'll check his LinkedIn profile. I want to see um product he has and companies he has worked for before now, and some of his track records. So this guy worked for Synapse in 2018, and Synapse is a universal reusable KYC blah 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 like that. Then I check for these companies. I just make sure these guys have track records. Like they work for a particular company or project and it was a success. So after that, I check the products. The products incoming. So mostly when I'm checking the products, I don't base my research on the present moment. I look into the future. What's the demand for these products? Will these products still be around in the next 4, 5, 10 years? You understand? So I check what they are creating. For example, this Aleph, they say cloud computing for DeFi and Web3. So they allow blockchain-enabled app to securely access trusted off-chain data and computation within couple line of codes. So I believe this particular use case is inevitable. Like it's in demand. So I make sure the demand for this particular product is high. You understand? Because and they are solving problems probably their competitors are not solving. So this Aleph now said you can securely access trusted off-chain data within a few lines of codes and they are lightning fast with low cost and they are trustless. Then I'll check how decentralized this particular Aleph is. Check how decentralized they are. Then the next thing is the roadmap. What are the plans they have? What are they doing? What are the plans they have for the future? What are the milestones they are looking to achieve? Let me see if I can get their roadmap from here. Roadmap, but I can't find the roadmap. Then the use cases, like I mentioned, these are some of the use cases of this Aleph. They have real-time B apps, decentralized app. You can build decentralized app without off-chain work. And like I said, they are lightning fast and low cost. So it doesn't cost you a lot to build decentralized app. So social media, you can make your social media app censorship resistance. Unlike the unlike sorry, unlike
Traditional ones.
the traditional ones. Thank you. The traditional ones. So I look at these use cases. What's the demand for these use cases? And you can see there are lots of use cases from this particular Aleph. So after checking the use cases, um I go into the token and the prices. So I look at the price of the token, then the market cap, the volume, the exchanges they are listed, and let me see, Aleph. And I make sure I'm an early investor. Like Marvelous said, you have to make sure you understand, or you are aware of the trend in the market, like where we are in the market, because you don't want to buy a coin at the peak of a bull run, then you have to be holding for the next 2 to 3 years. Then at the end of the day, you get frustrated and sell off. But if you are in for the take and the money, as usual, like people say, so you can still hold on to whatever you have as far as you believe in this particular project. So this Aleph looks good. If you look at the market cap, this is $20 million. $20 million. Then the total supply is, I think, 500 million. Then currently circulating is 6 million. So, like Marvelous said, if I I go in on Aleph at this point with this market cap, if this Aleph hits, let me say, $1 billion market cap, this is this is blood money for me. This is blood money for me. Easy, easy, easy 100x for me. So the secret there is getting very early, getting very early. So, and another thing you have to look into is the token emission. You have to understand that some people bought earlier than you did, and you have to know that these people will take profit at some point. The percentage allocated to this, the percentage allocated to that, the percentage of token the team is holding. You have to know how these tokens are distributed, the emission, the minting or the farming rates. Because let's take Bitcoin for example, it costs a lot to like mine Bitcoin. You know that there is no team somewhere that is going to dump like 10 million Bitcoin on you anytime soon, because you know the rate at which Bitcoin is being mined. So you are not scared of one centralized team dumping Bitcoin on you. So the supply is limited and very scarce. And you know what drives the value of these tokens, which is the supply and the demand. So the token emission is very important, and you have to keep track of how the team is emitting these tokens, how these tokens are generated. I can remember sometime last year, this Polygon, is it Polygon and Matic, now Polygon, we heard rumors that the team dumped over a billion pieces of their a billion units of their token. That was when Matic dumped really, really hard. So you have to keep track of all these things to be on the safer side. So apart from that, I check the community. So I make sure the sentiment in the community is positive. So I don't want to invest in a token or coin where whenever I enter the community, or all I see there is sell, sell, sell. The investors are frustrated. There's no update from the from the team. The Telegram group is just messed up. So I keep track of the communities. I want to make sure the sentiment is still positive. So I know when to hold on to a bag or when to sell off. So like I invested in this there's this project I invested in recently. AMB. AMB. The product is good, everything looks fine, but the only problem they have is with the team. The team is not active. They don't have an active team. So whenever you go to the Telegram group, the sentiment is just negative. Everybody is complaining, everybody is selling off. So the price keeps tanking. But I believe if the team can come back to life, the project is solid. Everything about the project is solid. But the only problem is the team. So the most important um points to note in investing in projects: the product, the team, and the community. Because the community are these investors that drives um they drive the price of these tokens. Because without the investors, the price will just be shit. So I want to make sure these guys are interested in this product, and they are going to stick around for 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 a while. So the community, the team, and the product. So I think I will stop here.
Wow, wow, makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, El Priest. That was quite exceptional. Um, I think I should give my part now, Chidubin. What do you think? I think it's basically the same thing, but just packaged in different formats. And I like the fact that all of the explanations have been, you know, very, very comprehensible. Um, I liked the direction that Marvelous started from. First of all, understanding the market, understanding how to use coin market cap. So like these listing platforms where these coins are first listed, it's a very, very tedious job you have to do to understand how those platforms work, right? You first must let me quickly share my screen for just one moment. You first must understand how these platforms work. One moment, guys. Yeah, so okay, let me go to coin. Can you see coin market cap? Can you guys
Yes.
see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
When you're starting off your research process, right? Like Marvelous said, like El Pri said, and pardon me, guys, those guys they are they are really very, very devoted when it comes to research, right? So forget about the summary they've done here. They spend hours to do research and they share with their communities at intervals, right? So these places are very, very interesting places to find good coins. Now, at the top, you see the different categories of these coins. You can see the coins categorized according to cryptocurrencies and further categorized by ranking, global charts. All of these are like different ways to rank these currencies. Now, Marvelous explained about maybe going searching for coins because of the current trend, and he talked about NFTs. You can easily find NFTs on CoinMarketCap, right? But me, I like to talk about coins based on how recently they were added, right? I like to look at the recently added projects on CoinMarketCap, because for you to get featured on CoinMarketCap, it means, not in all cases though, but it means you have some prospects, right? So I look at the recently added coins. Like if you look at this, Mecha Mecha Shiba MEC was just added today. It doesn't, please, I want to say again, it doesn't validate the coin's integrity, or the coin's ability to do 100x, right? You just want to look out for the recently added coins. Like El Priest said, you must try to buy into these projects at the earliest times, right? Before the entire market is aware of this project, you must buy into, you must show support and buy into them. So the first thing is, you have to look. I go to the recently added tokens and I search out for gems there. So one thing I look out for again, which is kind of like a general principle, is to check their economic activity. You must ensure that the projects you're looking out for have some form of economic activity. By economic activity, I mean, does it have a very valid active trading volume? Or is it something that is being manipulated in the market? And you can easily find that out by just looking at the details on the platform, looking at the exchanges these coins are listed on, and then see the market activities. I can show you that in a short while, right? Another thing you want to look out for is this price action organic? Like if the coin is, let's say, this coin was listed just 14 days ago, and boom, the coin has gone to 100%. You want to ask yourself, is it organic? Is it rational? Are people really trading on this particular currency? Because it's only until people involve, or it's only until there are volumes involved in that particular currency, before you see the price speculate. But if the volumes coming in are just coming from one source, then it is suspicious movement. It could be a pump and dump scheme, right? It could be a very serious case where you have maybe somebody pumping the project only to dump it on people that enter afterwards, right? So you want to do your trading volume research, and then you want to confirm the price action of that particular token. Now, there are many tools you can use to do all of this. There's a tool called Messari. This tool is actually very technical. I'm not going to explain all of the details to you here, but you can just log in, just search out for Messari.io on YouTube, and just do a keyword search, how to use Messari.io. Once you use this platform is a very good platform that gives you detailed analysis of all trading assets. If you look at it, it ranks them according to the best ROIs. It ranks them according to DeFi, smart contract. All of those details, right, are available on this platform. Top project owners, top whales, and all of that, they also come to this platform to do their research, right? So another platform that you can use to analyze your cryptocurrency is the Binance Research. The Binance Research is a very detailed platform that looks at projects, most of the projects listed on CoinMarketCap. It gives you a detailed look about all of the activities happening around those projects, right? And it's kind of like always updated. So Binance Research, you remember Binance is an ecosystem, and we try to feature in all parts of the industry. We are not just looking out to build the Binance exchange. We're looking out to be an industry player that that is setting the pace for all active users in the industry. So you can try out Binance Research also to do some more research about your cryptocurrency. And the last one I want to show you is the ICO drops. Guess what, guys? These are things you pay for to get a knowledge about, right? But some of you might already know these platforms, while some might not know them, right? But you definitely will pay a lot of people, you pay a lot of influencers to show you how to use these platforms, right? So what I would advise you to do is, once you're just starting out, document all of the names we are sharing with you. Go to YouTube and do a very simple research. You see different guides on how to use these crypto analytic tools. Right now, so another thing I want to touch on that El Priest mentioned, Marvelous also mentioned, is you need to find out a little more about the project. And guess who will front the project at upon launch? When the project just launches, the people that you want to be seeing or you want to be hearing from are like the CEO or the CTO or the chief marketing officer of the project, right? And then these are the guys that will begin to speak about this project. First of all, Pri said, find the team. Once you identify the team, you then want to go and look out for their profiles, and then you want to go and look at what they have said about the project. That is how Vitalik Buterin began to do, project review about Ethereum. Now, Vitalik Buterin has a whole lot of, documentaries about Ethereum. He explains a whole lot in interviews, in private sharing sessions. You have to follow these project leaders, the top leaders. You have to see their traction. What have they done before in the space? How committed are they? Once you do all of this, personality ratings, you can then, in fact, follow communities that are tweeting about them, that they are sharing ideas on, and then you will know whether these guys are in for the long run or they're just here to shield a in quotes shitcoin. I've not called any coin shitcoin actually. So watch videos that they put up on YouTube, read articles that they put out on social media, on blockchain, crypto media, and you can take it from there. Some other things that my guys touched on that I also want to add is, you need to understand the tokenomics of this project. How is this token allocated? How are these tokens distributed? Right? One of the red flags that we always point out to our guys is that once you see that a token is the team has majority of the tokens, once you see that the team has majority of the token, like maybe 60-70%, you ask yourself, why would you build a project and hold the majority of the tokens? Right? The question now is, it's very possible for such a team to dump their tokens on their new holders. You get, it's very, very, very easy for such a team to dump the tokens on their new holders. And you find that in recent IDOs that are going out in the smart chain industry. You find out in different rug pulls that are happening when people just bring out 1 billion tokens, and one wallet has 80% of the 1 billion tokens. And guess what? They begin to market only 20% of those tokens, and all of us rush in to buy them. You rush in to get, I beg, give me CA. You collect contract address, you go to Pancake Swap, you buy with $10, you buy with $20 with the anticipation that it will grow. Obviously, you buy billions of it and you say, if this thing just touch one naira, I don't hammer. But before you wake up, the teams have dumped it on us, right? So the idea is you need to understand what is their token distribution mechanics. How are they distributing these tokens to their users? And are they just pushing everything to the market, or they are doing it at intervals? That's why till tomorrow, Bitcoin remains very valid, because it has a finite amount of Bitcoin that can never be created, about 21 million. It cannot go past that. It's another definition of scarcity. So once a project gives some form of scarcity to their token, it gives them some form of edge over others. So look out for the tokenomics of this project. Understand the inflation mechanics. Are they deflationary or inflationary? You want to look out for tokens that are very inflationary. That is to say, once I love tokens that when there's a particular token, I'm not going to mention the name, that when you send a part of it, when you send the token, or when there's a transaction on that token, a part of it is bonds for life, right? It's kind of like it reduces the amount of the tokens in circulation. That's a very good way to know tokens that will do well in the future. That is to say, at some point, possibly half of the tokens would have left the market, right? So you want to check out for the inflation of the tokens. You want to check out for their mode of distribution of these tokens. Are they doing an ICO? Are they doing an IDO? This is like the ICO drops is a very good place to know if these tokens are doing ICOs or IDOs. Like you, if you click here, you see active ICOs. These are like ICOs that are still in the like are still in the market, not yet done. You can look at them. You can take now. These are very easy ways to do the research. Now you see, like Elpris mentioned, you have 4 projects you can begin to look at. Right. This is Fanadize is a new project. I don't know them from anywhere, but I know that once I come to this kind of sites, I will find new ICO listings. What if the ICO is already active and you don't want to jump in now? You want to wait for the ones that you can meet at early stage. You can go to upcoming ICOs and read about them. Then take, for instance, you missed the ICO stage, but you still want to get into the project. You can check the ended ICOs and look at them, right? So a lot of things, just research on how to use the these kind of tools, ICO drops and Messari.io, right? So you also want to check for the consensus mechanism. What is the mode of governance of the project, right? Um, Bitcoin has a proof of work consensus mechanism where before you earn Bitcoin or before an amount of Bitcoin can be produced, there must be some form of work. That's why you have the miners in the place. That was a good product feature up until we had something like the delegated proof of stake, the POS, delegated proof of stake, and all of that, right? So there are different levels to these things. The early coins were like the proof of work, and the latest coins are now the delegated proof of stake. So check the consensus or mechanism for these particular products, right? Please mention this one, mining. Mining is a very good thing. Check how these tokens are produced, how many of these tokens can be ever be produced, when is the next born, how are they going to burn these tokens, just look out for that also. And then if this token have a staking platform, that's a good thing. If you can stake these tokens to earn, some other tokens, that's also a good thing. So you have to look those kind of projects. I think you find a lot of them in the third generation blockchain, where you see different form of value gotten from just putting your current asset in a vault. You see that in Binance, and you see that in Pancake Swap, where you have liquidity provision, liquidity tokens given to you for providing liquidity. In other words, for staking an asset and all of that. I know people who staked Pancake Swap when it just came out and earned some more. They staked BNB and earned more Pancake Swap. And when Pancake Swap touched 30, more cake, actually, the token is cake. When it touched $30, they made profits from it, right? So you have to look out for all of these things. Now, 3 other things that you have to look out for are in the social media space, right? But first off, you need to look out for the product roadmap, the project roadmap, understand what they want to do and when they want to do it. Once you have this all sorted out, you have to now follow them and say, okay, for maybe they said they were going to do stuff in February. You go back to February and check, did they achieve what they said they were going to do in their roadmap at the time they said it? If they did, then they are a very serious project. That's one way to Then you have to look out for the blog posts about this project. Where are they featured? That's very good for project marketing. Projects that are very good, we want to put themselves in the eyes of the industry. So they will try to they will spend a whole lot on advertisement. So you want to look out for them in places that are very, very lucrative. Coin Telegraph, even Coin Market Cap blog, all of those big crypto media. Just look out for them. Look out for things that have been written about them there. And finally, the news, right? So that's basically like a summary of the things you want to look out for in a project before you buy in. And when you are convinced, I can tell you you can plug in food long term and go and relax. You can plug in. That's why you see when people bring out, let's call it signals, coins to buy, they always monetize it because they know the amount of effort they put into it, right? So I think that's my part of the deal. But before I allow you go, I would like to make two announcements. The first one is I shared a form in the group. That form is to collect your feedback about this particular call and then to project what topics we should talk about in the next call. This is kind of like a bi-weekly event. We organize it every once in 2 weeks. So when you fill that feedback form, you see a place where you are telling us what you'd like us to talk about in the next episode, right? And what we'll do is after you have done that, let me quickly show you what we'll do. Assuming this is where we'll be getting the responses. Yeah, this is where we'll be getting the responses from just below, right? So we'll take all of your names. We'll take all of your names and put in, let me just copy this set. We'll put in a wheel of names, right? So we'll put them here. Yeah, and then we'll spin. So assuming this is the set of people that fill the form, we'll spin through to be transparent and to be as best as it can be. And then if Bunji wins, Bunji will get one of our giveaway swag pack, right? So that's basically how we will do this. So make sure you complete the form before the end of this call. The second announcement is that one of the things Binance is doing is to expound on, make sure we provide opportunities for African users. Just recently, we concluded a 12 to 13 week long developer masterclass where we showed some primary developers. We showed them how to do stuff on the blockchain, right? Using the Binance Smart. Say that again. Yeah, so we actually showed a lot of developers how to build, and it was interesting because afterwards we gave them cash prizes. We even gave them NFTs, that guarantees them direct access to the BSC network. And interestingly, we have built something that you would love to be a part of, which is kind of like a Binance Smart Chain Hackathon, right? It's going to be listed soon, and when it's available, we'll share with you in our local Telegram communities, right? So make sure you join the communities so that you can get first-hand information. If you're a developer here, you're a student developer, or you have a group of developers, you can participate in this hackathon. About $30,000 will be available for this one, and a lot of teams will be monitoring you, right? A lot of teams will be what do you call it? Will be will be available during this process, a 20-day hackathon. A lot of things will be available to look at projects that are doing well, and then take some form of feedback and maybe even give some people some opportunity, right? So a lot of funding will be going into this one. If you have somebody that is good to go, please tell them to keep an eye on this particular page. Thank you for your time. Chidubem, do you want to add something about our giveaway?
No, not yet. I think what is going to happen is we'll share the winners on social media, maybe. Yeah, so once we have collated the names and we have done the spin for transparency, then we'll share it. So look out for our social media, Twitter,
yeah, sure. Because
our
of
Telegram.
the time.
Exactly, for time, and also so that you have enough time to fill the form. Right. So that's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, guys. To our ambassadors, guys, I want you to share your link. These guys have groups, right, that they manage. They have communities that they manage. And if you want to be a part of their communities, guys, maybe log into your Facebook or log into your social media and let them see. So you take turns to share your screen, right? So guys can follow you on social media and get to ask you questions. These guys represent Binance and they've been doing this for a long time on campus. So if you feel free to reach out to them to take questions, get them to answer your questions and all of that, right? So maybe Marvelous, do you want to share your Twitter handle with us?
Okay, okay, okay.
Also,
Let me share them.
sure, sure. So I'm going to post the form again for those of you that did not get it.
So this is my Twitter handle. Just look for this.
Yeah.
At I am the law. But I'll also let me send it also as a text.
Okay, so Priest, do you want to send yours too?
Okay.
So that's that. This is it here. And my phone number.
Nah, don't give your phone number. Let them chat you up.
Yeah, you don't need to share that. So our priest Twitter is our priest with a double I, so ELPRIIST. And Marvelous is I am the law, so IAM_DLAUR. Perfect.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much for our hosts to have hosted us. Chidubem, you are the best. Thank you guys. Till we come your way next week, right?
Yeah. All
Next
right.
week
Thank
or 2
you.
weeks.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Don't mind
All right,
me.
thank you very much.
All
Thank you.
right. Bye.
Bye.